Well, how we doing? It's Friday afternoon. Sun's out, nice and shiny. It's one of those days that looks like it's gonna be nice and warm, but it's actually kind of cold out here. So, but it's sunny. I can't complain. No rain, no snow. I can deal with a little bit of coolness with a lot of sunshine. It doesn't bother me a bit. Now, I had talked about different things what I'm gearing up for, and well, come to find out, this here, I was making a video and it showed up. I'm kind of shaking so you can hear it, but it's a metal raised bed. It's a galvanized metal with some kind of like a special coating on the inside and outside, and I've seen them a few times, and I was like, you know what the hell, I'm gonna give it a whirl. And it has to last longer than wood. Wood only lasts you, depending what kind of temperatures you have and seasons and everything else. And I don't get me wrong, I've used wooden raised beds. They do work, but after a couple of years they fall apart, they break down, the dirt eats up the wood, and bugs eat up the wood and a bunch of other stuff, and it's just it's just one headache after another. So was that Dodge rolling coal. Now this here, let's see, I can't remember what size this. I want to say this was. It's not a very big box. I mean, it's about the size of a standard rifle box, so to say. But I think this one is 8 foot long, 2 foot wide, 1 foot high, something like that. And yeah, 2 foot wide doesn't seem like much, but I got me a bag of starter onions. They're mixed. This is what I got. Let me get my fingers out of the way. This is what I got. A bunch of starter onions, different colors. There's 100 of those in there. Then I got me another bag of red onion, and 100 of them in there. So I'm going to use part of my little box over here to put some onions in, and then I'm going to put this together, and I'm going to order probably another, let's see, probably another 2 of these boxes this week, or this evening. So within probably about next Friday they'll come in, and then I'll have a total of 3 of them, and then I can start, because this one here is going to be put together, going to be put together this weekend, and I'm going to figure out where I'm going to set it. I have an idea already, but I want to make sure I get all my calculations in my head and everything else. And once I get it set, because I got some bags of peat moss and compost and dirt left over from last year, I'm gonna throw it inside here and get everything kind of started kind of early, because onions in my area, usually, I keep thinking my jacket's below my bibs, but onions get set around here about 1st of March, and that way I can have all my onions set, and if I have to, I'll get one of those canvas kind of tarp kind of deals, and lay over the top of it, so that way if it does get super cold, I can protect them some. But yeah, we're gonna have onions this year, and I looked at putting some garlic in. I gotta check to find out if I can do it like around March or so, and if it'll be ready by the time about summerish, or in summer form. And if I can, put them in about the same time as onions. I'm going to put some garlic bulbs in, or garlic, yeah, I guess not really a bulb, but I guess a clove. And kind of maybe do some onions and garlic mixed together, which I know people say you shouldn't mix them together, but if I'm the one eating them, kind of like what the hell does it matter kind of thing. So, it is what it is. But I do know that I'm going to have a extensive kind of gardening this year, more so than I've had before. And it's mainly because, well, we eat a lot of the vegetables that I'm planning on growing, and then on top of it, I want to grow some excess, even some things that we don't eat, that we can get used to eating again. And then of course I'm gonna grow a bunch of peppers. Peppers, pepper's my thing because, well, even if I make a mild kind of hot sauce or a mild sauce of pepper, I even call it hot because it wouldn't be hot, it'd be like a mild sauce. Then I can take my pulp fiber, like I showed you before, and grind it up, and I can have like a mild or an easy-going chili powder versus the super hot stuff that I have in the house. And I can kind of suit the fancy with everybody's needs. But yeah, there's so much stuff I plan on doing this coming growing season. It's crazy. And I like growing a lot of the things around here for us. And then, like I said before, of course, before a lot of these other people started moving in around here, it was just a couple of people, and I grow a lot of stuff for my friends and family members, stuff like that, because with me having all the free time that I do have, I take, because when it's warm weather outside, that's one of the things that even a lot of the people know, that we're like in the fall, in the winter, and partial springtime, I'm on the computer. But when it's when it's nice enough weather to where you don't need a light jacket like this, and you can wear a short sleeve shirt and be comfortable without being cool, my ass is outside. And unless it's piss pouring rain, I'm not inside. And I don't care how hot it is. I don't care how dry it is. I don't care, if it's scorching outside, I'm outside. And another thing is, I hardly ever wear shorts. I always wear pants, or I wear bibs. And that's why a lot of times when I go swimming in the summertime, people need sunglasses in the pool, because my body is so white that because I'm covered most of the time. The only thing that's not white is my arms and my neck. Everything else is white as a ghost. And because when it's warm outside, I'm outside. I don't sit in the house. Now when it's even days like this, I'd be outside some, but right now my fingers are so cold they feel like ice cubes. And part of it's due to poor circulation. And but I'm a glutton for punishment, because I'd much rather be out here with frozen fingers than I would be sitting inside watching TV going, man, it looks nice outside. I wish I'd be outside. So here I am. But my brain's popping right now. So many ideas and everything else. There's still a few things I'm going to need help with this year, which I'm not going to lie. I hate asking for help, mainly because I feel like I'm putting a burden on people when I ask for help. But, sometimes you just have to. And there's a few people I have contacted. to see about doing some work for me. One of them still hasn't got back to me yet. I don't know if he will or not, but I'm still going to give him a few more hours, and if not, I'm going to contact one of the other guys I know that I do know that he does that kind of line of work, and I'm going to say, hey, you know, here in the next few weeks, I'm going to need you if you're available, and we'll kind of go from there, play it by ear, and, you know, see how things go. But there's just so much that needs to be done this year. I'm tickled pink. I can't wait. I don't want to jump the gun on the garden thing, because I know even though they're like onions or a cold hardy kind of thing, right now it's too cold to put them in the ground. I mean, you probably could, but you might not get what you put in the ground. So when I go inside, I'm going to take these puppies inside, put them on the top shelf where they stay kind of nice and warm, and but they don't get too warm because I don't want them to dry out. So, but I'm going to take them in the house, put them up nice in a cool spot that stays kind of warm at the same time, so that way they're kind of dormant still. And so probably within about the first week of March, I can start putting them in the ground. Well, into my raised bed in the ground, and kind of go from there and just play by ear. But I'm gonna have a mess of stuff this year. I'm probably gonna bite off more than I can chew wise growing things. But last year I was kind of I was on the ball, but I wasn't. I let some things get out of hand, out of control, and I kind of paid for it. But this year it's a new beginning. You know, I'm gonna take the bull by the horns, and I'm gonna have fun. You're gonna see some of the stuff I do once everything starts getting going and everything. But I really would encourage everybody to grow something. I don't care if it's in a 5-gallon bucket, a horse trough, a pig feeder tray. I mean, if it can hold dirt and it gets a little bit of water drainage, well, not very a little bit, if it gets a decent amount of water drainage and doesn't puddle up, and you can put a plant into it, I would encourage everybody to grow something, whether you like it or not. And the things, if you grow things you don't like, learn to like it. You know, I mean, hell, when I was growing up as a kid, we had meatloaf, green beans, peas, and squash almost every day for dinner. I know for an easy 3 to 6 months. And because we were just poor and that's all we had. And to this day, you put a thing of squash on my plate and I'll throw it in the trash. I know I should eat it. I know I need to eat it. But I just see squash, and it's like I go back in time to when I was like between 5 and 8, and I'm sitting there for every day eating the same thing every day for dinner. And it was horrible. I still like green beans and I love meatloaf. I still love peas, but I hate squash. Oh my God, I hate squash. I'd rather get kicked in the crotch than eat squash. And that ain't no lie. But I do know that I need to eat it. I know it's good for me. And I'm going to grow some this year, because I know that being diabetic, I need everything and anything to keep me going better than some of the crap that I've been eating here in the past. So, but I encourage everybody to grow some kind, whether it be a small little tray of things, or, you know, put in some new stuff. Grow some stuff, because with all the inflation that's going on in the country right now, in the grocery stores, I mean, everyday prices go up on certain things, and it's things that really inflation should not be affecting. But the excuse of it is well, because of the COVID thing, and the country shut down 2 years ago, and everything, has been out of keister and whack, and now it's, we've paid people to sit on their ass for a year. Now they don't want to go back to work because they're getting used to getting paid sitting on their ass, and the Democrats keep paying people, and the Republicans are trying to get people back to work, and then you got everybody that's in between. That some of them want to go back to work and or have gone back to work, and then you got your other class of people that basically are getting paid to sit on their ass still, and they're like, well, I can make more money sitting on my ass not doing nothing than I can be going to work and getting paid about the same amount of money with taxes taken out. So, and that's the problem. It's not because, well, there's a shortage. No, it's because people are still paying people to sit on their ass at home, and they're looking at it as like an acceptance of like it's okay to do that, and it's not. And that's why now, you go to a grocery store, good example, a regular head of lettuce this time last year was 60 to 70 cents a head of lettuce. Like, just your head of lettuce wrapped up in a plastic ball, a package. Now, in my area, it's $1.75 for the same brand, smaller size head of lettuce, and yeah, it's crazy. And it's all because people are lazy. It's not because there's a shortage. No, there is a shortage. There's a shortage of workers. And then see a lot of your migrant workers that worked in the farm fields, there's a shortage on some of them because if they do come from Mexico and they work during the season and they go back home, now it's like, oh, we can't let them across the border without taking certain precautions and everything else. So there's a shortage on that. And then on top of it, there's a lot of Americans that could be working those fields like the migrant workers, but they're too lazy because they want a high dollar wage and for remedial kind of work, kind of like these jackasses that work at McDonald's that have quit high school, and they're like, well, I need to get $15 an hour because that's what it should be. Well, no, your ass should have graduated high school, went to trade school or something of that nature to make $15 an hour. Flipping a freaking hamburger doesn't count for making $15 an hour. I don't care how special you are. But that's another topic, another conversation. I won't get into that as much as I would love to. I won't. But yeah, grow a garden. Do something. Plant plants. I mean, I don't care if you eat flowers. If you can eat a flower, grow it and eat it. Because I'm gonna tell you, between now and late summer, there's a lot of things that's going to be crazy ass priced. Meat is one of them in my area, okay, and this ain't no lie. A regular size steak this time a year ago was like $8 for the piece of steak that we would normally get, and sometimes we would splurge. You'd think a steak for $8, you would think it'd be like the worst piece of cut steak there is, but no, it was a decent kind of steak for $8. We would splurge every once in a while. We'd get a pack of them, me and the wife, and I'd fix it for dinner, or she'd fix it for dinner, and we'd have a steak. Not very often, but every once in a while. Now that same steak is $30 for a pack of 2 that we were paying $8 for about this time last year. So when you get a pack of 2 for $8 and the same cut of meat, same style, same thickness, nothing fancy, and now it's $30-something for a pack of 2, yeah. Now tell me, inflation has not kicked in like crazy. And there's not a shortage of cows. I know what the shortage is. The shortage is the people that process the meat. Because a lot of the meat packers in the U.S., even to this day, they all might be running, but each plant might be only running like a skeleton crew because people are just too lazy to come back to work. So, this is what you get. Thank you, Democrats. You win again by fucking up the country. But, like I said, that's another topic, and we ain't gonna go there today. I'm just breaking the chips of the ice. That's all I'm doing. But until then, I'm going to take my happy ass inside because my fingers are starting to curl. This is my hand normal, well, kind of normal. It's starting to do that number. I have my hands covered up inside my jacket, but it ain't doing a good enough job because I'm still cold. And once you were fat like I was some years ago, I still got a little pudgy belly on me, nothing like I used to though. And you weighed, well actually I weighed like close to 300 pounds, and I'm down to like maybe $180 now, and I've lost that much weight in a year's time. Yeah, I get cold pretty damn easy now. That's why I can't wait till spring and summer to get warms up, because I don't care how hot it gets. I'm not going to complain because I've been freezing my ass off all winter long. And I can't wait for the heat. I don't care if it's 110 degrees. I'll be out here in a long sleeve shirt and doing whatever just to make sure I sweat enough. But until then, y'all have a great day. It's Friday afternoon, and well, the way I was always told a long time ago, after 6 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, that is when the weekend starts. So I know it's not 6 o'clock yet because the sun's still kind of high. It's about 5, maybe 5:30 from around there. So y'all got a little bit of time left before the weekend kicks in. And later this evening, if y'all can get out and go get you a beer or go get you something, have fun doing it, because I'm going to be sitting my ass inside watching stuff on TV and planning the rest of my next week. So it is supposed to be nice. A lot nicer than it is right now. So I'm going to shut up for good. Well, at least for now anyway. But y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all again soon. Keep it between the lines. Keep your nose clean and your powder dry, and you'll be A-OK.